Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back to some more Corpse Factory. Last episode was quite interesting, okay? So we're now in Act 2, which seems to be focusing a little bit more on Koji, or, kind of completely on Koji from his perspective, right? And Noriko was going crazy, like trying to literally become Corpse Girl, and now it seems like she's sleeping in the Corpse Factory. There's a bunch of bodies there now. Like, lots of stuff happened last episode. Very, very good. Like, I've been enjoying this novel so much. Like, it's been kind of insane, actually. Like, just the little twists and things that are happening. But we're gonna go ahead and continue from Koji's perspective and see what ends up happening. Physical labor always makes me hungry, a normal human trait, I would assume. I take a seat at the restaurant and place an order once the waitress arrives. Waiting for a meal is boring. I decide to read. Today's book is Photography. I borrowed it from Noriko. She doesn't know. When I flip open the cover, I'm reminded of why I started coming here. I once saw Noriko at this very same restaurant. She was eating omurice and reading Strange Flower. Oh, that was the other thing. That was the big reveal, too, that we found out Koji has been stalking Noriko and has known her, I guess, for like a year now. So, like, the meeting in the library was not their first time. It's very interesting. She didn't eat much, 3 mouthfuls if I recall correctly, but she read her book until the restaurant closed. I learned then that she's a girl that would rather feed her mind than her body. I'm personally the opposite, I love to eat. But I find Noriko's traits endearing. It's hard not to fall for someone in love with educating herself. It also touched my heart that she chose to read the book I lent her. Come to think of it, I never did get that back from her. It's probably overdue at the library now. Maybe I shouldn't show my face there again. Add it to the list of places I can't visit anymore. My meal arrives. Omurice. I dig in, it's tasty. I assume this is Noriko's favorite. Funnily enough, it was Dad's favorite too. I devoured the dish in a few minutes. I like to lick the plate clean. Always earns a funny look from the staff. Koji is really like the kind of guy who doesn't care too much what other people think. The heat from the meal has fogged up my glasses. I take them off and wipe them clean on my shirt.
I know you?
Uh-oh. Who is this? Thanks to my natural blurry vision, I can't see who sits down across from me. Quickly return my glasses to the rightful place.
Jimbo, right?
Oh, what the? Where did this guy come from? Freaking Junpei. Kojimbo.
Kojiro. I don't think so.
Don't think so. Your new name is now Kojimbo.
Trust me. You are? Junpei Matsumoto.
Matsumoto. The guy that freaking... can we look at this Chad, okay? This absolute unit of a man. What is this? He's got a free Wi-Fi hat on, and he's got the little girl hanging from his little pocket right there. What an absolute unit. The rotund stranger offers his hand to me. I don't reciprocate the gesture.
Can I help you? Nah, man. Just hanging, you know? Saw you here, wanted to say, what's up?
See what's up. So I'm curious more to learn more about Junpei. Like what's the deal with him? What's his story? Because y'all seem to think that there must be a little bit more going on to his character. And I agree. There has to be something going on because Aoi is all happy now and everything seems to be working out in her life all of a sudden. It's a little strange.
What's up?
I don't know you. I'll be going.
Stay a while. Let's talk about Corpse Girl.
Ah. You want to talk about Corpse Girl? I wonder why. The stranger's words prevent me from standing up and glare at him.
What about Corpse Girl?
She's killed a lot of people, right? Like a hell of a lot of people.
Probably. I don't know.
Come on, man. You're in her crew, yeah?
Oh. Interesting, so he knows.
I've seen you lifting at the morgue. You run that white piece of shit van, am I right?
I don't...
Careful now. If I can find you, it can't be that hard for the cops to pinch you.
Huh. Interesting, so this is how you're playing it off. Does anybody else think that Junpei looks like a little bit of like a chubbier version of Shinya? I'm just now making that connection. I'm like, oh, he looks kind of like him a little bit.
What do you want?
Like I said, just wanted to say what's up.
Yeah, I'm sure. The foul man leans across the table. His hot breath reeks more than the
I
factory.
don't know how you guys do it. How do you get up every morning knowing that there's a killer out there even more powerful and successful than Corpse Girl?
Is he trying to imply that he is the other copycat imitator? I mean, y'all were wondering, since they had that time leap, like, they just seem to have forgotten about them. I think he has something to do with it. And I wonder if the hint is that he says free Wi-Fi right there. I wonder if he's, like, somehow hacked into her connection, maybe? I don't know. We'll find out. It's true that Corpse Girl has some tough competition. Around the time Noriko targeted her sister, somebody hacked Corpse Girl's website. Ever since then, a new string of deaths have raged across Tokyo like wildfire. Deaths not caused by Corpse Girl. Started off with the copycat killer stealing Noriko's requests. People that were sentenced to death via Corpse Girl's websites were found dead before we could reach them. But that didn't last long. After a while, completely unrelated people were being found dead across the city. People whose death had never been requested through the site. Because of that, we stopped worrying about it. Noriko was happy as long as her own victims weren't being poached. She didn't care if someone else was running a similar operation, as long as they kept their hands off of her prey. I haven't given it much thought since then. But since then, this guy appears out of nowhere. It's pretty darn obvious that he's involved with the copycat killer. He's seen me around, knows what I've been doing, knows that there are two separate powers out there killing. Doesn't take much to figure him out.
What's your method?
Excuse me?
You kill faster than Corpse Girl. How?
Whoa there, buddy. I don't kill anyone.
Yeah, that's what Noriko says too.
Here, check this shit.
Human removal service. We remove unwanted human beings. Take advantage of our free and efficient removal solutions. Fill in the name and address of a human being you would like removed. Looks similar to Corpse Girl's website, but it's not the same. I read the name of the site out loud.
Human removal service.
Nice, huh?
What is this?
Just read it.
As I'm told, there's a paragraph of information below the title. We remove unwanted human beings, take advantage, fill in the name and address. Following the text is a form to be filled out, just like the one on Corpse Girl's website. I think I get it. This is the copycat's own website. They are running an identical operation, accepting user requests for victim details and then somehow carrying out killings. But how far do the similarities extend? Are they creating corpse runners to send to victims? Are they forcing victims to kill themselves or carrying out premeditated murder? Are they delivering corpses to victims?
You involved with this?
Nah, just a fan.
Sure.
Used to be a Corpse Girl fanboy. That shit was wild. Then I discovered this site. It's so much cooler, more profesh, you know?
I hate the way he talks. He's like a guy version almost of Tomoe, but it just comes off very cringe to me. I mean, Tomoe can be cringe too, but I've gotten used to her, you know? Like, this guy's new. He's trying to act like he's some big shot. Don't like him. This guy leans in once more.
I even used this site once.
What happened?
The guy I wanted to die, he disappeared off the face of the planet within 24 hours. Can you believe it? And they're offering the service for free.
No doubt about it, this guy is involved with the copycat on this website. He's here to taunt me, pressure me. Y'all did speculate, I saw in the comments, that they are charging for their services now, and that's how Tomoe and then Kojiro are getting paid. So that could be a possibility now.
Can I try the site?
Sure, man. Type the web address into your phone.
Retrieve my phone from the pocket and enter the site's address. Why, what are you doing?
Was it Matsumoto?
He's like trying to come in here.
What?
You wanna go over here? She's just like, no, I wanted to be over here.
Yes.
Type in Junpei Matsumoto. The next field requests an
Where do you
address.
live?
Hey. Wait just a second. What the F are you doing?
Address, please.
You're a psycho. Don't put in my details.
Why are you worried? Not like the killer will target an accomplice.
Of course not, but still. Such a dick move.
Oh. Got him to admit it. I stand up and pocket my phone.
Later, Junpei.
Freaking weirdo.
His face is contorted into a foul grimace, just like he swallowed something sour. We leave the restaurant. Koji's pretty smart. Koji's pretty smart. He got him good. Junpei Matsumoto essentially confessed he's involved with the human removal service. He agreed that he wouldn't be targeted if I entered his name on the website. He admitted to being an accomplice. Don't know if he figured out what I figured out. Don't care. I need to tell Noriko. Gosh, this has certainly become interesting. It's like we're competing now. And apparently the police are nowhere to be seen. They don't care. She's asleep in the corner as usual. Her laptop is beside her. The power cable is plugged into a portable generator. She's still in the same clothes, still wearing the same old makeup. I wouldn't change a thing about her. How I wish I could lay next to her.
Wake up.
She stirs. I extend my hand.
Kojiro? It's still early.
Need to talk. It's important.
She rubs her eyes and yawns.
What is it?
Look.
Hold up my phone to show her the copycat's website. Her eyes widen as she slowly reads the text. Her jaw drops ever so slightly as she looks at me in shock.
How did you find this? I've been searching for weeks. I've tried so hard to find how the copycat is choosing victims, but there's absolutely nothing about this anywhere.
Met a guy yesterday. Someone involved with the site.
You're kidding.
Oh, she's gonna love to hear who it is, too.
Serious. Junpei Matsumoto.
Junpei Matsumoto. She's gonna know who this is.
Big guy. Rude. Unlikable. Knew who I was. Knew about the morgue.
Shit. He knows?
Don't know how. We need to kill him.
How? If he knows our methods, he won't just kill himself when he gets delivered a corpse. He'll just laugh it off.
No. I know that. We really kill him.
Oh. Okay. We're just gonna devolve straight into murder. We're not even going for pictures or corpses anymore. Noriko is silenced, the unthinkable, something we've never done before.
I don't know if I can.
I can do it.
Oh. Okay. Kojiro's just like, frickin' if it's for Noriko, I'll do anything. Fair enough. I don't want to kill the guy. I need to kill him. It's for our own safety. With him alive, our secrets are compromised. I don't know. It sounds like he's not the only one who knows about us, though. I feel like just because we kill him doesn't mean it's going to end. And what if they come back after us now? He knows me. He may very well know Noriko. I would say so.
Junpei Matsumoto? Why does that name sound so familiar?
Check his profile.
Noriko doesn't waste any time bringing up his noise profile.
Shit!
I peer over at her phone. Sure enough, the profile picture matches what he looked like. Hard to forget a guy like that.
This is Aoi's boyfriend.
Aoi, your friend.
Aoi, the girl that Noriko never stops talking about. The cute and shy one. The one I followed more than a few times out of curiosity. Gosh, why is everyone in this game stalkers? Everyone in this game's crazy. They're stalkers. They're just trying to kill other people. I want to see what constitutes a friend of Noriko's. Needed some tips. She dating Junpei. Strange
Is this
match.
for real? I met Junpei some time ago. Maybe last month?
I see. Are they still together?
As far as I know. I haven't spoken to Aoi in a while. Wait, I wonder.
What?
Never mind. I need to think some things over.
Okay.
Alright, y'all. What do you think? Before I go any further, let's discuss this for a second. Do y'all think that Aoi is behind this competing service? I mean, I feel like that's kind of what they're trying to get at. Like, why else would she be dating this guy? Why else would they be involved with each other? I don't know. It just seems strangely coincidental. But yeah, it seems like Aoi's life is going better. She's leaving the job, though. I wonder why that is. I wonder if maybe she killed the owner of the cafe? Or is going to kill him? That could be the case. I wonder about the uncle that's sexually harassing her, too. I wonder if maybe she's going to get him killed as well.
Kojiro, you remember the photo of my sister's corpse, right? Not the one that I crafted. The other one I found on her phone.
I don't know, because, yeah, I kept speculating it was Kenji. And maybe Kenji's involved somehow in the bigger story. I feel like he's a very minor character. And let's be honest, guys, has any character we've encountered so far really been crazy minor to you? I feel like they've all, like, started to become incorporated. I think maybe the one character that we haven't seen how they're really going to incorporate them is Shinya. I think Shinya's going to be a much bigger role in the story than we're seeing. Obviously, he's had his moments where he's been involved, right? But I could see them involving him in a much bigger way. So maybe Shinya. But even Shinya's had a lot of involvement, right? And then now we got Junpei. I think Junpei is going to be obviously a little bit important coming up. But Aoi's been, of course, involved in the story, right? Like, obviously, that's Noriko's love interest. But I feel like there's definitely more to her as well. So we'll see.
Sure.
You remember the instructions written on it?
Stab Shuji at the party, right?
Spot on. The copycat must send instructions written on corpse photos. I have a feeling the instructions always relate to killing other people. Other people whose deaths have been requested.
Okay. Yeah, they're getting victims to kill other victims. Very interesting. I mean, that's probably a good idea. Kill two birds with one stone, send one corpse photo to a victim, and have them kill another victim. It's efficient.
That's how they've racked up so many deaths so quickly.
Exactly. We can only rely on news reports for the numbers, but it's pretty clear that the copycat has claimed a few hundred lives in the past month at least.
Yeah, crazy. And their police are still allowing this to happen.
And we're up to 164.
Yes.
Gosh, dang. That's a lot. But we've delivered twice as many corpses as that. Our success rate is only about 50% and it has been dropping rapidly. It has seen that Corpse Girl's rising popularity is having a detrimental effect on our success rate. As public knowledge of Corpse Girl increases, the fear of receiving a corpse decreases. People are starting to figure out how the method works. If they don't cave into fear, they don't kill themselves. It's that simple. In most cases in which the victim has survived, they simply brush off the attempt on their life. They call the police, have the corpse removed, they go on with
We
life.
haven't been doing so well lately. But the deaths across Tokyo, the ones unrelated to us, are expanding at an exponential rate.
Seems that way.
Then our rival has a more foolproof method of killing. Is it as simple as adding instructions to a corpse photo? Threatening someone with death unless they carry out the instructions? And then, if victim A receives a corpse photo, follows the instructions, and kills victim B, how does victim A also end up dead?
They could just keep the cycle going. That's entirely possible. Hey, victim A, go kill victim B. Victim A is now alive. Victim C, go kill victim A. Okay, victim D, go kill victim C. Like something like that.
Surely it's not suicide at that point. Why follow the instructions to spare your life and then kill yourself anyway? It doesn't add up. How are they killing so many people so quickly?
Don't know.
It's true, I have no idea. I pride myself on always being in the know, but this is beyond even me. However, I do know how to find out.
Maybe I'll pay Junpei a visit. See what information I can extract.
I don't like it, but...
Y'all remember when this game was just about Noriko going home and be like, maybe I'll do a corpse photo tonight, you know? And then Tomoe was just like being a little mean to us. And now here we are. Gosh.
Maybe our only chance.
It's only been so many episodes and things have greatly
Get
changed.
as much information as you can from him. Dispose of him.
The words cause a flare of adrenaline inside me. Freaking Kojiro, man. I didn't think Kojiro was going to be this much of a simp. But he is. He's like, yes, my queen. Shall be done. She's giving me a task, an important task. I'll show her what I can do.
Good luck, Kojiro. And be careful.
Of course. Later.
I'm thankful that Noriko looks away just before a smirk splits my face in half. I take my leave. Interesting. Quite a bit of time has passed since he went inside the maid cafe. I can't imagine eating a meal takes this long. Gosh, why is my phone like blowing up? I keep seeing it like going off. I'm trying to record. Can't imagine eating a meal takes this long. Unless there's something shady going on, he should have come out by now. My knees are beginning to hurt from crouching. I could stand up, but then I'd be more visible. Crouching in the corner of this alley suits me fine. My knees should hold. Yeah, it's not weird at all, though. People just passing by, just like, what the frick is this dude doing? A perfect view of the entrance. I've taken note of every single person entering and exit, but he hasn't come back out. His noise post from earlier was right on the money. He said he would visit the maid cafe, and sure enough, I watched him enter. Could be he knows I'm tailing him. Whole thing could be a ruse. He might have an escape route. But I already scoped out the alley behind the cafe. There's no other exit, front only. He could have climbed out a window? Doubt it. Big guy, not very fit. Even if he attempted such a feat, I surely would have overheard the struggle. Keep watch here. Can't be that much longer. According to Noise, he comes here often, his favorite place. Likely where he met Aoi. Still works here, according to Noriko. Oh, she still works there. I thought her last day was, like, the next day. Interesting. What does Aoi see in him? What does Noriko see in Aoi, for that matter? The girl is boring, cute, sure, but no outward personality. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Hard to tell when you only watch from afar. There he is. I'll have to follow him, can't confront him here. Looks like he's heading towards the station. Easy. Here goes. Gosh, now Kojiro's just going around assassinating people. Can't believe the guy traveled to the very end of the train line. Took nearly an hour to get here. If his home was all the way out here, why does he travel so far just to visit a maid cafe? He wandered to this underground parking lot, so I'm guessing his apartment building's above this little tomb. I feel like this is a bait. Like, this is totally a trap of some kind.
Hey, is someone there?
Guess I'm not as stealthy as I thought.
Kojimbo?
Junpei Matsumoto.
The fuck? You follow me home, dude?
That's right. Have some questions.
Not cool, man. Could've just DM'd me.
No.
Tried up to him and pressed my chest against his rotund belly. Buddy. His rotund belly, standing this close as easy to see. He's actually younger than I thought. Nearly a full head higher than him. Despite his bulky build, I don't think I'd have any trouble crushing him in a fist fight.
Back off, dude. I'm warning you.
I don't think I'll do that. Question 1.
Hey, I ain't playing your games.
Who runs the human removal service?
I ain't telling you that.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
Fuck you, man.
Question 3.
Shut up!
What is your role? I've listed the questions in order of importance. Please answer.
Junpei pulls his head back and spits in my face. A disgusting glob of saliva dribbles down my cheek. Snap 2 of his fingers.
Holy fuck!
The knuckles within his blubbery digits break inside my fist as I bend them in the wrong direction. I savor the sensation of shattered bone grinding against shattered bone as his knuckles splinter and pierce his skin. Gosh dang, my guy, you're not kidding. You're actually messing him up.
Question 1. Who runs the human removal service?
Junpei wrenches his hand from mine. He clenches his other fist, looks prepared to launch it on my face. Punch connects perfectly against my jaw. I cock my head a little, riding the momentum of the impact. A tooth comes loose in my mouth. I think it's a bottom canine. Swallow. Ew. Why did you need to do that? Can't you just spit it out like a normal person? Turning my head back, I lock eyes with Junpei.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
Shit! You want another fist in the face? My freaking fingers!
Question 3. What is your role?
Junpei tries to lash out with a kick to my shins. He's slow, he's just not cut out for a fight. Step aside and his leg flails limply. Completely off balance, he falls and lands on his rear. I move towards him and stand over his recumbent body.
I've listed the questions in order of importance. Please answer.
Gosh, everyone in this game is a freaking psychopath.
Help me! Someone help
They're
me!
all nuts. Crazy.
This psycho is trying to kill me!
Can't help but sigh loudly. I run my tongue along my gums, feeling for the gap created by my missing tooth. Definitely a canine that I swallowed. Why did you do that? Bit of an inconvenience. Have to get a false tooth now. Wonder if Noriko will think less of me.
Question 1.
Fuck you!
Now he tries to kick at my ankles. His feet slap against mine with no force or
Who
pressure.
runs the human removal service?
The guttural, beastly growl that spews from his mouth is the desperation of a cornered dog. I don't believe much in kicking someone when they're down, figuratively nor literally. I kick him in the ribs and his howl of anguish repeats itself. Sometimes you have to do things you don't believe in. Kick him again and again and again. One of the 3 ribs shatter against the tip of my toe. It's a crunching sensation like kicking in the ribs of a cadaver. Suppose a comparison isn't really necessary.
Please!
Slow, desperate plea is completely different from the urgent howls of frustration just moments ago. Beaten and wounded, the dog is panting heavily, his tongue lolling against the asphalt.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
Gosh dang. A moment's silence prompts me to prepare my foot for another flurry of kicks. But a meek answer I didn't foresee caused my body to stiffen.
He carries out all the killings personally.
I frown and the motion causes a sharp pain to shoot through my bleeding gums.
Harold.
The dog spits blood down his shirt and groans.
He's a visionary. A prophet.
Oh boy. The one thing we haven't had so far, okay? We got killings, you know, all this great stuff. Haven't had some kind of cult. I guess that's where we're going now. We're gonna have a cult.
And he's immortal.
Oh yes, I'm sure. Totally.
He's more powerful than Corpse Girl ever was.
Oh, cool.
Every person targeted by the Human Removal Service is removed by the Herald's hand.
They're not gonna use this to like segue into like supernatural powers, are they? Like, we're not gonna go that route, are we? Because I speculated at the start of the game, and they never like really hinted towards that, except for maybe what is it? What is her name? Marie Hatsuno, the first girl that died. I feel like that was like maybe done by somebody. I feel like that wasn't just a coincidence. Like, who would go and kill themselves in the exact same way as the photo? Except for Emmy. Emmy kind of died the exact same way, too. Wasn't an explanation I was expecting. I thought the operation was similar to Corpse Girl. Send a corpse photo to a victim, urge them to kill themselves, or give them instructions to kill someone else. That was what Noriko and I discussed. That was the conclusion we reached. I don't like being proven incorrect. I bring my foot into Junpei's ribs one more time, and he hardly flinches. He simply exhales and absorbs the force.
Question 3. What is your role?
I think the dog is unconscious. I tilt my neck from side to side, hear a comforting crack and pop that relieves the tension in my muscles. Crouch down and press my fingers into his wrist. The pulse is strong, and his breathing is regular. He won't die, not unless I take action now. I told Noriko I'd kill him. I told him I'd take care of our problem.
Junpei.
Uh-oh. What's going on? I wonder what's gonna happen here. A girl's voice, soft and not unpleasant, but worried, terrified. I stand once more to see the concerned face before me.
What did you do to Junpei?
Freaking messed him up is what he freaking did. Aoi Sato, Noriko's friend, best friend, and the girlfriend of Junpei Matsumoto.
Sauce.
He doesn't even say sorry, he just says it in his usual saws. Need to leave. Aoi doesn't know my identity, she doesn't know I'm involved with Noriko. If I escape now, Aoi will never link this assault to Noriko. Well, that's option 1. Option 2.
Get out of here, you psycho!
I hate to tell you, everyone in this game is a freaking psycho. No, I can't think about option 2. If Aoi got hurt, Noriko would never forgive me. I can return to finish Junpei another day. I know where he lives now, after all.
Later.
I don't feel like this is a good idea, leaving him, though. Leaving a job half done. I feel like this is gonna backfire. Turn on my heel and leave the sobbing girl to tend to our wounded dog. Wow. Okay, guys. Things are going on. We're in August now. When I was with Shizuko, I became really fascinated with brewing coffee. She brought me a handheld bean grinder and a French press for my birthday. To thank her, I made frequent trips to the market to buy freshly roasted beans. I would lose track of the hours I spent carefully grinding the beans and aiming to brew the perfect cup. But Shizuko never enjoyed coffee, never had a taste for it. I didn't give up. I kept refining my technique, kept experimenting with different beans and roasts in an attempt to craft something she would find palatable. She died, and I threw the French press in the trash. I just visit the cafe now for my morning coffee. I donated the handheld grinder to this cafe. More specifically, I gave it to the cute waitress here. Maybe it was callous of me to discard that gift that Shizuko gave me. It should have torn me apart to throw away something that symbolizes what we had together. But 3 years isn't so important in the grand scheme of life. Besides, I have someone else now. Well, I don't have her, but I want her. Noriko reminds me of Shizuko in some ways. In other ways, they couldn't be more opposite. When the takeout coffee I ordered is ready, I leave my money on the counter and grab the paper cup. I don't really know much about Shizuko, but I know that Noriko loves coffee, so I guess they're a little bit different in that sense. Quick sip of the piping hot brew fills me with renewed life. The liquid scalds the area where my tooth used to be. Not much for it. I'll go to the dentist some other time. Coffee in hand, I leave the cafe and make my way to my next destination. Public libraries don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They're quiet, calm, soothing. That doesn't always do it for me, but it's nice to escape the bustle of the city. Plus, they always carry works by my favorite authors, but the librarians don't pay me any mind. I think they're at a loss to recommend books that fit my taste. Yeah, I definitely have some weird interests. I don't feel judged here. Nobody looks at me and wonders if I'm a creep. Nobody cares about my unshaven face or crinkled clothes. Nobody looks at me and asks if I miss Shizuko. Where are you going that somebody is asking you that? I wish somebody would ask. Just once, it'd be nice to know someone cares, even if I don't. But no one knew Shizuko, no one knows she was in my life, and no one knows she's gone. I haven't even told Noriko about her. I think she has enough on her mind right now. I'll tell her when the time is right. After wandering around the library aisles aimlessly, I pick a tome from the shelf at random and find a couch to sit on. Comfortable at last, I sip my coffee and thumb through the book I've acquired. It would seem I've selected an autobiography about a famed painter I've never heard of. It will do for now. I'll read anything. I skim through the preface, then the first chapter. My fingers pick up speed as I thumb through the pages, never absorbing more than the first line of any particular page. Boring, drivel, I can't read this. I toss the book aside and rest a closed fist underneath my chin. Not normally this restless, usually I'm focused and driven. But it's my birthday, and Shizuko isn't here to give me a gift. Perhaps I regret throwing away the French press. It was the most thoughtful birthday gift I've ever received. Perhaps I just regret losing Shizuko. I don't know. If this were any other day, I wouldn't waste my time dwelling on the past. I thought it was above giving this day more significance than any other. 25. Where did the years go? Time really does slip through your fingers. Hell, it's been even more than a year since I met Noriko. Technically, I doubt she remembers our first meeting. I peer around the library and find a smile forming on my face. She probably thinks we met here just a few months ago. I asked her some trivial questions, something about Lovecraft or Cthulhu. Then I introduced myself. But the first time we bumped into each other was at my apartment. Well, her apartment. Does he live in the same one? It was a fully furnished apartment. Didn't have to take much with me when I left. I bet it looks much the same today as it did back then. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this was originally his apartment then. I returned to collect a few things, a couple of blankets in the closet, a broom and a dustpan, a few knuckle bones, the usual stuff. A few knuckle bones? I wanted to say goodbye one final time. To my surprise, she was there. She was chatting to the landlord casually, inquiring about the terms of the lease. Must have frozen my tracks when I saw her. I know that I spent a good few minutes simply staring at her. She was beautiful, gorgeous, breathtaking, and she looked like Shizuko. She looked so much like Shizuko. She shook hands with the landlord. She said her name aloud, Noriko Kurosawa. Her name stuck in my mind. It replayed over and over in my head. The landlord accepted her offer for the apartment. Noriko would be moving in, making the place her home. My place. I must have bumped my shoulder into her by accident when I tried to squeeze past. She apologized. I apologized.
Saz was just leaving.
Oh, no, please. It was my fault. I'm very sorry. Did you live here?
Yeah.
I see. Thank you for taking care of the place. I'll be moving in soon.
I see.
Did you like it here?
Yes, very much so. It was home.
I'm glad. I hope that I feel just as comfortable here.
I nodded but didn't pull my eyes from her face. She walked away after gracing me with a polite bow. Interesting, so Noriko didn't seem to remember him. The Noriko from back then was healthier than the girl I know now. She's become little more than a skeleton, skin and bones, but her keen mind hasn't dulled. And she's still gorgeous, still takes my breath away, just like Shizuko once did. But she refuses to leave the factory. She refuses to return to her apartment. Occasionally, Tomoe will go and fetch things she needs, clothes, tiny portions of food, coffee mostly. At some point, I got delegated to selecting the most suitable cadavers from the morgue. Also, Noriko doesn't have to visit the morgue herself. She gives me a bunch of photos, and it's on me to pick and choose cadavers, the best match for them. Not my favorite work, it's tedious, and I don't have the eye for detail that she does, but I do what I can.
Ouch.
My phone begins vibrating violently in my back pocket. I didn't realize I was sitting on it.
Yo.
Where the hell are you?
Library.
Don't you have deliveries to make today?
I'm just taking the morning off.
You didn't ask me about that.
I told Tomoe.
Well, she didn't mention anything about it to me.
Saz, I'll see you in a few hours anyway. I just wanted to chill this morning. My birthday.
It's your birthday?
Yeah,
I didn't know. Happy birthday.
thanks.
Okay. I'll see you this afternoon. Bye.
Later.
She sounded mad at me. In my defense, I haven't taken a day off from Corpse Girl's work for weeks. Didn't think taking this morning off would be too much to ask. Apparently, it rubbed her the wrong way. Juggling this work as well as my morgue duties is tiring. Don't get much time for myself. Don't get much time to think. Probably why Shizuko's face doesn't pop into my mind as much as I used to. My theory, anyways. I drain the remnants of my coffee cup. After returning the unread books to the shelf, I leave the library.
I'm home.
Gosh, Kojiro lives a pretty sad life, honestly. He is dedicated to this girl who looks like his ex-girl, and she doesn't love him back. He works at a morgue, which I think is probably one of the most depressing places I could ever think of. And then he's doing corpse girl duties all the time. He reads super depressing, sad corpse books, and doesn't find anything else interesting. He has a sad little apartment, and he just kind of does whatever Noriko wants, and that supposedly makes him happy. Kind of a sad life, if you ask me. Close the front door behind me. My place is always dark. The tiniest sliver of sunlight filters in from a gap between the closed curtains. I like it this way. I spent countless nights underneath the unholy lights in the morgue. That fluorescent glow messes with my eyes. So I keep my apartment dark. It's comforting. The place is small, smaller than my last apartment at any rate, Noriko's apartment. A tiny living space, one bedroom, a kitchenette. The bathroom is pitiful, a half-sized tub with a shower head above it. A toilet, no sink. I need to use the kitchen sink after finishing my business. Oh. I would hate to have to do that. But it's home. Moving here after deciding to leave my old place was the change I needed after Shizuko died. I threw away so much of my life from back then. I'm almost a completely different person now. Almost. I've kept my habits, mannerisms, the parts of me people find weird or off-putting. Can't help it, that's just how I am. All those quirky attributes that Shizuko couldn't stand, they're still with me. She's gone and I'm still here.
Come on.
Shake my head at the sound of my own voice. What a birthday, what a pointless day. Dwelling on the past doesn't suit me. I moved on from Shizuko a long time ago. I'm only stuck on her today because of my birthday, because that day reminds me of that darn French pêche that she bought for me. But it's gone now, and she's gone. All that remains is me. That's the way it's always been, probably the way it always will be.
Enough. Time for work.
I don't feel like staying in and relaxing. I shuffle towards the tall, narrow cabinet in the far corner of my living space. I hoist the door open and look at my clean white coat. It's not stained or dusty like this one I keep on display near the window. It's my good coat, the one I reserve for special days like my birthday. The white coat is resting comfortably on a white mannequin inside the white cabinet. I hate the color white. It serves no purpose. Despite its useless color, the mannequin holding the coat does serve a purpose. It carries my treasured possessions. Perhaps mannequin is the most fitting word for it, but it will do. As I grab my coat, the sleeve catches on the mannequin's fingers. I tug at it gently and manage to release the coat from the mannequin's body limb.
Later.
Habit of mine to say goodbye to empty rooms. Used to be funny when rooms were truly empty. Not so funny anymore. Not when that face stares back at me from within the cabinet. Nothing to do about it. Does the mannequin look like Shizuko? Is that what he's implying?
Happy birthday!
Thanks.
I don't have a gift for you. I'm sorry.
All good.
Noriko runs her hand along her opposite arm shyly, not like her to act so awkward and embarrassed.
I just didn't know. That's all.
I know.
She seems truly disappointed in herself for not knowing about my birthday.
I looked at my noise feed, and it even has a notification that today's the day. I'm sorry. I don't have a reasonable excuse.
I mean, not that Noriko would even go out anywhere
It's
anyways.
fine. What's on the agenda today?
Oh, I'm sorry, did I skip something? It's fine, really, okay. I want to break away from this discussion. I hate my birthday. I hate Shizuko for leaving me. Noriko sweeps a stray strand of hair behind her ear and contemplates that
12
question.
deliveries. Tomoe has already prepped the bodies. She's waiting in the van. I've sent the photos to the victims.
Only 12 today?
We're not getting many new requests. All of today's deliveries are just part of our backlog. There aren't many corpses left here, actually. We've managed to work our way through most of them. Have to visit the morgue again soon.
I see.
Things seem to be slowing down. Copycat is stealing our business. I just know it.
I don't know. Did she ask him if he finished off Junpei?
Maybe.
Oh, that reminds me.
Okay.
Whatever happened to Ali's boyfriend?
What do you mean?
I can't believe I forgot about it. You were going to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow I'd forgotten about that too, caught up in my own head today. Junpei Matsumoto.
Is he dead?
Unlikely.
Noriko's pout prompts me to
Heard him
explain.
good, but Aoi arrived before I could go further.
Shit. Did she see you?
Yeah. She doesn't know me, though.
I suppose. Wait. You didn't hurt Aoi, did you?
That tone of panic in her gasping voice is impossible to
Of
disregard.
course not.
Aoi's innocent, you know? She can't get caught up in all this.
Is she innocent? I don't know.
I know.
I never hurt a friend of Noriko's. Unless they hurt me first, self-defense or something.
So, what do we do about Junpei? If he's still alive, he knows that you're involved with the morgue and with Corpse Girl.
Don't know. Actually, he did say something interesting.
What did he say?
I quote, "Every person targeted by the human removal service is removed by the Herald's hand." End quote.
The Herald? Who the fuck is the Herald?
Who the frick knows?
Did you mishear? Was it supposed to be Gerald?
Herald. Apparently some prophet. A visionary. Junpei says he's immortal.
Immortal? You're not serious.
Every killing is carried out by him personally.
That's what we were told.
What the hell? How is that even possible? How can someone kill so many people without getting caught?
I shrug. My tongue subconsciously licks the gap where my tooth once
Guess
was.
he's good.
What a pain in the ass.
Anyway, I'll take care of those deliveries.
Thanks. I'm going to try and dig up something.
Dig up?
Not literally. Information. Online.
Yeah, she doesn't freaking leave. Where would she go and dig something?
Had me excited there for a moment.
Gosh, where does she go to the bathroom? Do they have like a porta potty or something?
Don't worry. You'll be the first person I tell if I decide to go digging up bodies.
Okay, well I'm sure that makes him happy.
Thanks.
I throw Noriko a lazy wave and take my leave.
You finally good to go?
Yeah.
Good. I want to get this over with.
Okay.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks.
It's funny to think that Tomoe knows about my birthday. I assume she read it on Noise since we're now
Got any
friends.
prezzies?
Not one.
Lame. What do you like? I'll buy you something.
Really? You'd do that for me?
Of course. He may be a creep, but birthdays are the best. Everyone deserves a present.
Yeah, of course. I think she's being nice. Not a fan of being called a creep.
Well, I'd like a French press.
Would I?
What's that?
A coffee press.
Oh, I know those. Yeah, sure. I'll order you one. Cool?
Cool. Thanks.
Sure. Happy birthday, Kojiro.
Surprisingly, she steps forward to give me a short hug. Feels nice. Contact. She's warm, not like Noriko or the way I'd imagine Noriko to be. Her hair smells wonderful like coconut. I'm not sniffing it on purpose. I'm not trying to play up to my reputation as a creep, but it's impossible not to smell it when this close. Like, that's fine, my guy. If you're hugging and you smell her hair, and, you know, as long as you're not just, like, going out of your way to sniff it. That's weird. Her fingers tap against my back a few times, then she releases the hug. A smile as warm as her touch spreads across her face.
Come on, let's get going.
Yeah.
Tomoe opens the van's driver's side door and scoots inside. As the door shuts behind her, I can't help but entertain the thought of what she would be like to have as a girlfriend, partner, a lover. She's nicer than I originally thought, heart's in the right place. But she's not Noriko. I shake the fleeting thoughts from my mind in order to myself to get on with things. Delivery time. Gosh, we haven't heard anything about Shinya. I'm guessing she's not working there with him anymore. Sunday night. Morgue duties have felt mundane lately. Boring, pointless. Lots of things I'd rather be doing. Had to come in early today thanks to an influx of deceased patients in the hospital. Isn't that interesting, guys? So we have all these people dying to Corpse Girl and then the copycat, right? The Herald, I guess. And he's probably reusing some of the bodies. So some of these people maybe are getting a corpse and then they're dying, and he's reusing that body of the dead person to make another body. It's an interesting cycle here. Bodies get passed through the hospital halls and land in my lap unceremoniously. They need tagging, need to be added to inventory, needed to be stored. Cadavers are needier than some people. Don't know where I'm going to store this lot. Running out of room in this place, only a handful of cold chambers still available. I could thank the human removal service for that. This isn't the only morgue in the area, but it's one of the biggest. A lot of cadavers end up here. A lot of victims. Weeks ago, I used to smile every time one of Corpse Girl's victims entered the hollowed place. Kind of poetic. Noriko cherry-picked corpses from this morgue. These corpses were delivered to victims. The victims died and they ended up here as fresh cadavers. Yep, it's just a cycle. It was beautiful. The circle of death. It's the circle of death. Now it's ready for Corpse Girl's victims to arrive. More common are the victims of the human removal service, at least, that's my speculation. When multiple homicide victims arrive at our doorstep every day, it's not hard to piece things together. Lacerations, dismembered limbs, rope marks, bludgeoned skulls. myriad mortal wounds inflicted on the flesh. I always suspected Corpse Girl's copycat was behind the sheer amount of deaths raging across Tokyo. So there's like literally a serial killer and like they can't find this guy? I mean, he's literally just doing it around Tokyo. You think of like some other killers, right? Like they'll kill people here and there and they'll go across state lines and maybe kill some more. You know, that would be a little harder to track. This is literally all in Tokyo. It's like, can y'all not figure this out? You can't like make some kind of connection? It's like they're not even trying. And Junpei Matsumoto's words still ring clearly in my ears. Our herald, he carries out all the killings personally. It all adds up. Corpse Girl has truly met her match. While the human removal service continues to claim countless lives, Corpse Girl's success is rapidly declining. Much to Noriko's chagrin. Excuse me. Corpse Girl has become so well known that the general public no longer fears her. Like a figure from folklore or a fictional character, everybody knows the name Corpse Girl, but only the truly gullible believe she can kill people. I call it the Bloody Mary effect. When someone is predisposed to believe in a horrific entity, they will convince themselves that said entity truly exists. When targeted by Corpse Girl, such a person will succumb to suicide in an attempt to escape a potentially more grisly fate. In reality, they simply play right into the trap that Corpse Girl laid for them. Those that treat Corpse Girl as no more than an entertaining piece of folklore, like Bloody Mary, are immune to the fear. Someone like this can receive a photo of their own corpse and shrug it off as no more of a threat than a spam email. It's ironic that the success Noriko sought for so long is the very thing that has rendered Corpse Girl's methods ineffective. I wouldn't say all this to Noriko's face. She's well aware of the situation. As for the human removal service, no one seems to know about it. There's no mention of it anywhere on the internet, anywhere I can access at any rate. Police investigating the string of homicides haven't mentioned it. If the site relies on users to request deaths, I'm at a loss as to how people are learning about it. It really seems to be the sort of shadow organization. I did mention at the start of the game, I think there might be an organization behind some of the deaths. I guess now we know it's not really Noriko's, but it's another organization. Interesting. So, I was kind of going in the right direction, kind of not. Except for the fact that Junpei Matsumoto essentially walked right up to me and revealed himself. I don't know his motives for doing so, and I don't know how much he found out I'm involved with Corpse Girl's work. I really should take care of him. Gosh, we're just like flying through these days right now. A knock at the door. I rub my eyes and sit up slowly. Must have fallen asleep in my chair again. Still groggy, I get up and look through the front door's peephole. A single lonely package sits at the doormat. Don't know where it came from, haven't ordered anything online lately. Ooh, it's probably the French press. I swing the door open and pick up the plain brown parcel. Something rattles inside. Bringing it indoors, I slip my thumb underneath the packing tape and tear it open. Nestled on a bed of packing foam is a white box adorned with the image of a French press.
A coffee maker.
Tomoe. That's right, this is a gift from Tomoe. She really brought me a birthday gift, something that I truly wanted. My friend Tomoe. After putting the package down, I retrieved my phone and opened up Noise. Thank you for the birthday present. He still does the thing where he capitalizes the first two letters. You got it already. Just now, it's a good brand too. Sweet, glad you like it. Maybe I'll brew you a cup one day. Yes, please. Extra sugar. You got it. Tomoe doesn't send a follow-up message. I take that to mean the conversation has expired. Feels good that she did such a nice thing for me. I almost forgot what it's like to have someone care. Pity she has a boyfriend. Never stops going on about him. Regardless, it doesn't matter. I shouldn't misconstrue a kind gesture as affection. She simply was bestowing a birthday gift. Something most people would do for a friend. Something Noriko didn't even attempt. Don't know how to break down Noriko's barriers. Been trying for a long time. She just never seems to warm up. Maybe chasing her is a lost cause. But I'm tired of being lonely. I'm so tired. Noriko, Tomoe, I don't care. If either of them would accept me, I would give them everything I am. I just don't want to be lonely anymore. Don't want to be lonely no more. I'm gonna have to pay for this. Start of another long night. Alone, like always. The cadavers can hardly be called company. They don't speak, don't laugh at my jokes. Not like living people laugh at my jokes anyways. Beep boop.
Yeah?
Hey, I think I mentioned this a day or two ago, but our reserves have pretty much dried up.
Okay.
Reserves. She means her stash of corpses at the factory. She has a way with words.
Anyway, 3 new requests came through today. I'm really excited. Maybe things will pick up again.
Maybe.
I'll send through photos of the Vics. Can you select some corpses that resemble them? Tomoe will come by with the van.
Okay.
Thanks. Are you okay? You're pretty quiet. More than usual, anyway.
I'm fine.
I see. Well, thanks. I'm sending the photos now. Message me when you're done. I'll send Tomoe over.
Yeah.
End the call and return my phone to my pocket. Vibrates 3 times in quick succession as Noriko's photos automatically download. 3 requests, not much, but enough to lift her spirits. Scan the array of cold chambers lining the walls. This place is packed to the gills. Shouldn't be a problem to find some matches for her. Take a stroll alongside the left row of chambers. All the bodies within are due for cremation. I can take my pick from here, just like always, business as usual. Dish my phone out once more and explain the new photos. 2 women, 1 man. Middle-aged, young adult. Normal, everyday people. Corpse Girl will wrap her fingers around their throats and try to kill them. Will they shrug off the attempt on their lives? Time will tell. I'll do my best to help Noriko end their lives. I wander towards the computer at the end of the room and log into the inventory system. Time to find some suitable bodies. Gosh, yeah, we're still, like, breezing through days here.
The corpses you picked out are good. 2 of them, anyway.
What's wrong with the third?
He looks a bit too old. Older than the victim, at any rate.
I see.
It's interesting seeing her wear a lab coat now.
Sorry.
It's not a problem. I think it'll still be convincing.
Are we delivering them today?
No, I received even more requests overnight. I need you to go select more cadavers.
Sheesh. Again?
Sorry. Aren't you happy that we're busy again?
Couldn't care less. I'm only doing this for you.
It's the truth, even if she doesn't want to hear it.
That Tomoe got you a birthday gift.
Way to change the subject.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be your friend, and I was just so caught up within my own head that I couldn't be bothered with your birthday.
It's fine.
It's not fine.
So, if you'll accept a late gift, is there anything you would like?
A date.
Okay. Go
With
for it.
you.
Anything else?
Freaking denied, my guy.
You're being awfully forward today. I thought we agreed to just be friends. What's gotten into you?
Nothing. Forget it.
Gosh. I feel bad, though. Like, I know I'm laughing, but, like, Kojiro just seems like he's, like... I don't know. I think he's a little depressed. What do you guys think? I think he's kind of doing the same thing in and out. Nothing really is too special going on in his life. He's thinking about his dead girlfriend. You know, things are kind of not looking too great for him right now. So I think he's just trying to change it up and do something a little new here. I have to look away from her to prevent her from seeing my snarl on my face.
I'll go pick out some cadavers for you. Later.
Okay. Bye.
Step away and mutter to myself.
Stupid.
So stupid. Why am I acting so desperately around her all of a sudden? I don't know. I don't really blame Kojiro. I feel like he deserves something, you know, like something for his time. Like, sure, he's getting paid, but I don't know. It would be so hard to work around someone that you had feelings for like that, and it's like pretty obvious. You've made it pretty clear, and then just nothing ever is going to happen out of it. And then he hangs around Tomoe too, which he's like, oh, you know, Tomoe's a little bit nicer than I thought, but she's in a relationship already.
What kind of hello is that? Frick.
Frick.
Sauce. In a mood.
Always the case with you, ain't it?
Seems to be.
She gets
Listen,
me.
How about that cup of coffee you promised me?
Huh?
You know, come on, don't make me say it. You said you'd brew me some coffee with that French press thing. And, well, I could really use a cup, you know.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Something gonna happen between them? Is that where we're
Sauce.
going?
Noriko has sent me to the morgue.
Why? She kill ya?
No.
She kill ya? Killed him inside, maybe.
Oh.
Tomoe smiles warmly and waves her finger in
I'm
the air.
gonna go ahead and guess that it ain't every day a pretty girl offers to have coffee with ya. So are we doing this or what?
Can't fathom a reason for Tomoe's recent shift of attitude towards me. When we first started working together, she could hardly tolerate being in the same room as me. Now she wants me to brew coffee for her. Why? Does she want something from me? Is she in love with me? No, she's not. Definitely not. No one loves me. Even so, I don't want to be alone. How can I refuse her offer?
Okay. I can put off the morgue until later.
You finally came to your senses, huh? Well, come on then. Let's go to your place. I'll drive.
Last time a girl visited my home, it was back when I lived in Noriko's apartment, back when Shizuko... Clicking my tongue serves to distract me from the painful memories.
Let's go.
Interesting. So this is not a situation I would
This is
think
your
would happen.
place, huh?
She's like, dang, this is a dump.
It's freaking dark in here.
Sauce.
You have vampire or something?
Of course not. I was just outside in the sun with you.
True that.
Tomoe looks around the small room and stands uncomfortably
You
by the
don't
wall.
bring girls back here very often, do ya?
No.
Maybe if you made the place look more appealing, then girls just might want to come back here.
Well, the only girl that he wants to come back here won't even leave the factory, so...
You're here.
Sure, but I'm complaining, ain't I?
True. Why are you here anyway? It's not for coffee, is it?
You're a sharp one, ain't ya? Listen, I wanted to talk to you away from, you know.
Your boyfriend?
No! Jeez! Away from Noriko!
Oh.
That disappointment.
See, this whole thing's been going downhill, wouldn't you agree? All this shit with trying to make people off themselves? Sure, I'm used to it by now, but shit started to hit the fan.
How so?
Well, there's the business with, what was it? The human removal service?
Noriko told you about that?
Yeah, of course. We're besties, you know? They've been out there killing, and the police want to shift all the blame onto Corpse Girl. After all, Corpse Girl is the only killer that has gone public. Her name and website are written all over the body bags we deliver. People talk and everyone knows about her. So, of course the police are gonna assume she's behind all the murders. Except, she's not. Not really. A handful of them here and there, but even then, they're just suicides. Corpse Girl. Noriko. She ain't out there slashing necks and drowning people and setting houses on fire. She ain't doing any of that shit going down on the news.
Interesting.
I know all this.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if things keep up at this rate, the cops are gonna find her, Noriko, and she's gonna get locked up for life.
I mean, y'all are just as complicit as her, though.
I ain't gonna lie, she deserves it. The stuff she's doing is messed up.
Like I said, you're involved in it, too.
Thing is, me and you, we're accomplished.
Accomplices?
Yeah, that. We're in neck deep. If Noriko gets put on ice, we get taken along with her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say in some ways they're just as guilty.
You're worried about going to prison.
What is it called when you're, like, just as guilty? Like, if you murder and you're, like... And you're just as guilty as they are. Is it co-conspirators? Is that, like, the term you would use? Like, honestly, I would try them all just the same as any others. Like, they're all doing the same thing.
Of course I am. I got people to take care of. What would Shinya do if I got locked up? What would he think of me? Not to mention my little brother and sister.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't think we really heard about her brother and sister before until, like, she mentioned that she was getting paid and she could send money to them. Tomoe's crestfallen countenance makes the room feel darker than it truly is. Her watery eyes break from mine, and she tries hard to restrain herself from sobbing.
I don't think I can do this anymore. No matter how much she pays me, I just can't keep risking it.
I understand this is difficult for her. She's torn between loyalty to a friend and her own freedom.
I think your course of action is clear.
It is?
Yes. You need to step away from the game. It won't do us any good if you're not totally invested. You can make a fatal mistake that has consequences for all of us. If you're not committed, not focused, it's best that you part ways with Noriko.
I mean, I agree.
You know, you really are more understanding than you look. I thought you were a total social outcast with no feelings or empathy.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Let me finish. I was wrong. You're all right, Kojiro. I'll take your advice. I'll talk to Noriko and tell her I ain't cut out for this anymore.
It's for the best. I guess we won't hang out anymore.
Do we ever hang out?
Well, our deliveries, our time at the factory.
Yeah, I would say they get some time.
Dunno. Kind of grew to like it.
Kojiro. Oh shit. I forgot. There's something I still need to do for Noriko.
What's that?
What's that?
Sorry, I find it weird when I, like, say what someone's gonna say before they do.
She asked me to go to her apartment and pick up some clean clothes for her. I owe her that much at least. You wanna come with me?
Her apartment?
Noriko's apartment. My apartment. Not anymore. I haven't lived there for a while. It'll always feel like mine. Wonder if there's any old memories to find between its walls.
I'll come with you. Do I need to break any windows?
No, of course not. Noriko gave me your keys.
I see.
You sound disappointed.
I shrug and let her accusation slide. Didn't expect a flood of mundane recollections to drown my mind as soon as I started climbing the staircase. This place has such a hold over me. My past life, my life with Shizuko. So foggy, but so familiar. I don't even feel like the same person I was back then, but of course, I'm the same. I'm still me. And the stench ingrained in these walls?
Every time I come in here, it smells worse and worse. What is it?
Don't know.
Mold? Mildew? No, it's more sickening than that. It's something rotten.
Yuck. Anyway, her place is up just a few more levels.
Huh. I wonder, Oh! You know what I just thought about, guys? Is Kenji the Herald? Do you think so? Maybe? That could be. I'm gonna throw it out there, just in case that's right. Maybe it is. Because I do feel like that would explain how they knew so much about her operation before. They were getting her request, things like that. I wonder if Kenji's possibly storing bodies here? Because they keep talking about the smell. The smell is getting worse and worse. I wonder if it's dead bodies. That could be it.
I know.
But I don't know. I feel like if it was, they would recognize it. So, I'm not sure.
Oh, you've been here before? Huh.
Tomoe abandons her thoughts in the air and continues to climb the stairs. When we reach the landing below Noriko's floor, a young girl's voice rings out.
Daddy?
It doesn't take long to identify the owner of the voice. A girl no older than 7 is repeatedly knocking on the door of an apartment. Or Kenji's dead. Maybe. We'll see. Freaking Momo. What's going on?
Who are you?
Where's your dad?
Kojiro.
Hello there. My name is Tomoe. What's your name?
Momo.
Momo.
Nice to meet you, Momo. Do you live here?
Mm-hmm. The door's locked. I can't get inside.
Maybe he's freaking dead. I don't know. Maybe my theory about him being the Herald is totally wrong.
I see.
Some of the girls locked herself outside of her own
Is
apartment.
your mommy or daddy home?
I think Daddy is home, but he won't answer the door.
Maybe he's freaking dead.
Let me try, okay?
Young girl hesitantly nods, nervousness evident on her features. Tomoe slams her fist against the apartment door, unafraid of holding back her strength.
Yo, anyone home up in here? Hello? Anyone there?
After a good 30 seconds of pounding the door, Tomoe puts her hands on her
Are you
hips.
sure your dad is home right now?
I think so. He was here right before I went outside to play.
Tomoe grimaces and looks me dead in the
You don't
eyes.
think something happened, do you?
Don't know.
Crouch down and rest my weight on one knee so I can come face to face
What's your
with the
dad's
girl.
name?
It's Kenji.
Kenji, huh? And what was he doing before you went to play?
Momo twiddles her fingers uncomfortably. Her expression turns thoughtful as she tries to
I
remember.
was watching TV.
I see. Thank you.
Stand back up and turn to Tomoe. She raises an eyebrows in disbelief at the play persona I adopted to talk to the
If
girl.
he's got the TV on, it might be too loud for him to hear us. Anyway, I'm sure he'll open the door soon. We should go up to Noriko's.
You're unbelievable. I ain't leaving this girl here. What if something bad happened to her dad?
Something happened to Dad?
No, oh, honey, I didn't mean it like that. Kojiro, we need to get in there.
Tomoe's sentence is cut off as the apartment door suddenly opens. A formidable man, broad-shouldered and with a smoldering expression, now inhibits the doorway. Oh boy. This is not good for many reasons. Not good.
Clear the doorway.
Takes one look at Momo and then turns his neck to bark at someone behind him.
Daughter's right here. Bring her with us. Hurry it up.
Stern man pushes past me and I stumble as I try to get out of his way. I don't like being pushed around, but the sight of half a dozen uniformed police officers shuffling out of an apartment behind him encourages me not to retaliate.
Dad,
Well, frick. Oh, they handcuffed him. Maybe he's a killer?
Momo! Oh, thank God. Sweetie, Daddy has to go to the police station for a little bit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the police would bring her along.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
I don't think they would just leave her there.
Sorry.
But Japan's weird. Freaking, they'll let kids do whatever. They'll just let them go off by themselves. I would never Never let a 7-year-old just be by themselves. Before he can squeeze out another word, the police officers yank him away from his daughter. He's accompanied downstairs and disappears from view within moments.
Come back! Daddy!
Really, the police are not bringing her along. I don't know. I find the police in a lot of games to be completely unbelievable. Like, some of the things, especially in shows, too, like, their actions and stuff, I'm like, no, that's not what they would do. At least my envisioning of them would not be like that. I feel like maybe the most realistic shows would be, like, maybe SVU? I don't know. I like SVU. I think it's somewhat realistic, okay? The final police officer to exit the apartment bends down in front of Momo. He mumbles something to her, then grabs her shoulders in an attempt to steer her towards the staircase.
Go with me! Daddy!
Okay, good. They are bringing her.
What the fuck is going on here?
Tomoe takes a step towards the officer, her fingers slowly curling into a fist.
Don't.
Clutch her fist in my own and force her to lower it.
Don't get involved. It's a police matter.
I think she understands my big warning as she stops struggling against
Momo.
me. The young girl's escorted downstairs and Tomoe stands defeated next to me. I mean, yeah, it's not your problem.
What the hell just happened?
Tomoe is uncharacteristically quiet as she searches Noriko's apartment for clean clothing. Witnessing that man, Kenji, get arrested in front of his own daughter seems to have dampened Tomoe's spirits. Although he's a stranger, I can't help but feel bad for the guy. Don't know what he did wrong, but surely his daughter didn't need to see that going down.
You okay?
It's entirely possible he's not the Herald. Maybe he's just involved with it in some way. It could make sense that he's like a lackey. I just assumed it was him because he seemed like this really like nice guy and didn't really fit in with any of the other characters in this game who are all for the most part crazy, except for Shinya. We haven't seen him act too crazy, but he does have some weird tendencies. Wouldn't surprise me. Tomoe ignores me as she rifles through Noriko's drawers. I decide to bite my tongue and simply take a seat on the edge of the bed. The first man to leave that apartment, the guy with broad shoulders. He looked familiar. Very familiar. Seemed to be in charge of the officers. Detective. Yeah, that's it. Police detective. I've seen him on TV a few times already. He's the one heading up the investigation of the recent homicides. The one accusing Corpse Girl of being the culprit behind the Human Removal Service string of murders. Interesting. Then the man he apprehended, Kenji, is he involved with the case? Is he a suspect? Is he the Herald? A neighbor of Noriko's? Could it truly be? Could Kenji be the leader of the Human Removal Service? Try to connect all the dots in my mind. He lives close to Noriko and might be even on speaking terms with her. He might have access to Noriko's computer, her website. Could he have been the original hacker stealing Corpse Girl's request, the copycat? It all seems coincidental, but it almost makes sense. It's more likely than not that someone is the copycat is someone who personally knows Noriko, someone who has an inside view of her life. But what's his motive? Looked like a normal guy, just a father living with his daughter. What could have inspired him to bark on a killing spree? Actually, for that matter, what inspired Noriko to do the same in the first place? Never mind, that's irrelevant now. Kenji, are you the one we've been looking for? Are you allied with Junpei Matsumoto? Are you the prophet, the herald, the one capable of standing toe-to-toe with Corpse Girl?
Okay, I'm done.
I like how he's having this whole conversation with himself, and then Tomoe is just like, looking for clothes, just casual. Not involved in this conversation at all. Blink a few times, look at Tomoe. She's standing with a pile of clothes neatly nestled in her
Can we
arms.
get going?
Yeah.
She is upset, though, from what happened earlier, it seems like. Leaving now is for the best. Want to get home, want to spend some time with my thoughts. There's a lot of new information to sort through. That is true. Wednesday, August 5th. Gosh, we're just going through this like crazy. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end it here. I tried to make this a little bit of a longer video just because there's... I wouldn't say it's like... Okay, maybe I would. I would say it's slowed down a little bit. We're kind of in this in-between phase. We're trying to like figure out things, and it's not that things aren't happening. Like, it's not that the pacing is like slow, but I just feel like there's more information we're gathering right now and not like as much action, if that makes sense. Just because the whole tone of this game has shifted like pretty drastically, and so I feel like it can't keep up that crazy pacing, like we've kind of had a lot of crazy stuff going on. We've kind of hit like a peak, and so I feel like it is going to slow down a little bit, but I think there's still going to be some plot twists in here, still some interesting things, and I'm still enjoying it. So anyways, guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Have a good one.